Hello, good people. It's Mbongeni again. Today on our video, we are looking at why foreign investors prefer to invest in South Africa. Why multi-millionaire businesses would like to come to South Africa. So that is what our video is all about today. Okay. So I've gleaned this information from reports that were drafted by various CEOs of the international companies. So I just put what seems to be common among all of them. The first one was the rule of law. Okay, what does that mean? South Africa abide by the rule of law. So the rule of law is supreme in South Africa, and South Africa uphold and respect the rule of law, because the rule of law to be supreme is one thing, but if that law applies to other people and not to other people, then that is a problem. So in South Africa, the rule of law applies to everybody without fear or favor. That is what the foreign investors want, right? So most of the people may look at the rule of law in the sense that, no, if an ordinary Joe is arrested on the street for whatever reason, is going to be arrested. You know, sometimes business are not much concerned about those trivial issues. What they are concerned about is a violation of the rule of law by their competitors. So business to business. If this business offend the other one, will the rule of law not look at who is richer than the other one? It's going to apply equally without any fear or favor. That is what the rule of law means, right? So another issue, although that doesn't take away the fact that crime affects everybody, but in businesses, in most cases, you may find that the biggest fear among the businesses is their competitors and the powerful people. Can the rule of law apply to the senior politicians or prominent people? If the answer is yes, then the rule of law prevails, and that is also going to be a magnet for investors. So that is what actually the rule of law means. Most of the countries, they say they've got democracy, the rule of law and something like that, but we all know that when certain people, is the president or the former president or whoever, is found to be wanting or against the rule of law, the rule of law doesn't apply to those people. It's just good on paper, but in reality it doesn't apply. So the rule of law is one of the main reasons why they want to invest in South Africa, right? Sorry for that. Okay, the infrastructure in terms of the road, electricity, Wi-Fi, communication system, water, transport system, you name them. So our infrastructure, mainly the road, that is an irrefutable fact. Our road is superb, is among the best in the world. So, and the road is one of the main systems that make the economy move. The economy moves through the roads, sometimes through trains, sometimes through flights, sometimes through whatever system, the sea and so forth. So in South Africa, we do have a transport system that covers the road, the air, the water, and the railway. So the infrastructure is one of the magnets for the powerful businesses. Just watch one of my videos where I will show you the companies that use South Africa as a foot in the door into the African market. They started here in South Africa before they will spread throughout Africa. So the rule of law, the infrastructure. So the rule of law, infrastructure, among other main reasons why foreign investors prefer to have at least their headquarters for Africa here in South Africa. Okay, and then among other things is the currency, stability of our currency. Yes, our currency is quite stable, although to a greater extent, the fact that it's poor. When you come from other countries and then you start a business in South Africa, then you are more likely to make more returns, because our currency is in generally poor than most of the European currencies. Okay, the credit systems, yes, that is also very much important. Yes, the credit system. Most businesses, or some businesses, even if their product is quite cheap, but they know that people have got so many other competitive needs that they need to pay for, so they cannot buy certain things in cash. For example, you cannot buy a car in cash. It's very, very unlike that you can buy a 1 million or 500,000 car in cash. So the credit systems also work very well there. You know that you can give it on credit to people, and then those people can be traced, easily traced if they cannot pay back. So the credit system of South Africa is also an added layer to the advantage of the businesses prefer South Africa over any other African countries. Okay. The cheap labor, that is self-explanatory. The upper middle class, yes, that is very much important. To have a large number of middle class section is one thing, but to have an upper middle class is also another thing. You know, in some countries you may find that there is a lot of the middle class. The middle class rate is too big, is quite extensive, but the upper middle class within that general middle class is very low. That is a problem. If I can make an example of the advantages for having an upper middle class like in South Africa, the certain people, like a middle class person is a person who can look after or feed himself or herself, right? So in other words, as long as you can work, even if you live a hand-to-mouth kind of lifestyle, you still fall under the middle class in general. But the upper middle class, these are the people who, after they've paid certain things, there are certain amounts that is left for them to spend, right? So those are the people that most businesses will target, because they know that after all, a person will have a basic needs, things that really need to cover. But after that, if there is nothing left, then there is no upper middle class, then that is not good for business. So that is also among other things that they call. And then finally, political stability. Yes, that one goes without saying. If a government can wake up and say, okay, today I'm nationalizing all the foreign businesses, so that cannot be good for any investor. So the political stability, the rule of law, and all other factors that I've mentioned are the advantage towards the investors coming to that particular countries. We've known, when we've heard in one of the African countries where a president said is going to close one of the social media, the Facebook. Then indeed he did that for a day or two. Then thereafter he opened it. So the other time he said he's going to nationalize all foreign businesses. You know, the thing is that most people, they believe that if you're an investor or you are a foreign business, it's because you've got a lot of money. Sometimes it's not necessarily like that. People like an ordinary person, a middle class person, can come with another one and identify the opportunity in the particular area, or even go to take a loan from the bank to start the business, because they hope that that business is going to provide a good spin-off, and then they will be better with that business. So now, if you as a government, you'll come and say, I can just nationalize it, obviously you may leave those people with huge debt, because they must still pay back that money. Some people, they do the crowdfunding. They ask people to contribute so that they will start a business. So the view that most people hold, that a business is someone who's rich, who's got a lot of money, who don't know what to do about money, is really something that you need to consider. That is not always the case. Yes, there might be some rich people who's got a lot of money, but after all, it's their asset. They've worked hard for them. Some, they came from nothing to where they are today. So it cannot be a fair approach to come and say, I can just nationalize your business and take it and make it mine. So in South Africa, we don't have that. We have seen on many occasions the courts coming in and being an independent and fair empire in the cases that involve business to business, business to client, politicians, and everybody. So those are the things that were identified as the main reason why they want to invest in South Africa. So watch more of my videos on Mbongeni Vlog. I hope you'll find this one also quite informative and valuable. Share this site, Mbongeni Vlog, with many other people. Don't forget also to press that thumb up there when you are watching my videos. Hope to meet you next time. Thank you.